In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to add a order tracking page to your Shopify store. Now it's super simple to do, very straightforward. There's a few different apps you can use, but I'm just going to show you my preferred method of app to use for it. So to do this, we first of all need to go to the Shopify App Store and we need to go to the Apps and Sales channel, go to Shopify App Store, and as I said, there's many different apps you can go ahead and use for this. If you type in tracking, then you're going to see multiple different ones you can use. My personal one I'm going to be showing you today is Aftership, but there are others you can use like this one here, 17 track. These are all very common ones, but I'm just going to use Aftership here because I find it the best. So for this, you just want to go ahead and click install here and give it a second to load. It will go onto your Shopify store. You'll click the install button. Okay, so here we are inside of the app, and the first thing we want to do is click on the connect store button. This will allow us to connect our store to this app, so every time something changes with one of our orders, it will automatically connect up with here. So click connect store, we click Shopify, and we've obviously installed the app, so we should be able to actually close this, and we should, if we refresh this, I believe it should connect automatically. So here we go, let me click on this. Open app. Okay, so now the store is definitely connected up. All you have to do is kind of refresh it and it will just automatically connect up. And what we can do from here, first of all, I'd recommend just going down to where it says tracking pages here. So you can see now that we're on the tracking page section, we can actually create our tracking page. There's a lot of different templates you can actually use. You've got this, just go through them, pick one depending on your kind of branding and the one that you like. So I'm just going to click this one here, completely random. It tells you what it's recommended for, it tells you some of the highlights, but you can see it looks really great and professional and adds a lot of trust to your customers, which is very key. So we're going to add the page name here. I'm just going to say tracking page, click create, and here we go, we're on like a Shopify style builder. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Now down below I've left a link to a completely free course / case study which shows you how I generated over £1.5 million with my food e-commerce brand. I'm not going to promise you overnight you'll be a wild success with this. I'm just going to show you the raw information and the raw strategies I use specifically to build my brand. So it's really valuable information, and as I said, it's completely free, so you can go down below, click on the link and join it. So as I said, when you have a tracking page, this can add a lot of trust to your store, and it means that if someone is concerned about where their order is, if they see something like this, they're less likely to put in a chargeback or file some kind of claim. So this will give you a little bit of extra time if you are drop shipping and it's taking a little bit long to arrive. But what we can see here is we've got our branding here. So we've got the colors. You've got this color palette set up. You can select a light mode, you can select a dark mode. I personally think this looks great, but if you want to change the colors over here, you can do that if you'd like to. I think the color they had it on was already great. You can also change the background color if you want to. You've got really loads of customization options. We can change the fonts here. I'd recommend going ahead and just keeping the fonts consistent with your website so that it doesn't look too weird. But then you've also got things like the shape, so you can change how rounded the edges are. This is all stuff that kind of goes down to the branding of your store. You basically want to make it congruent with your store so that it kind of all blends in. It doesn't look like a third-party app. You've also got your, all your containers, your shadows, all of that kind of stuff here. You can go ahead and change. Down here we have our buttons. Again, this is just colors, texts, hovers, all that kind of stuff. And you can just go ahead and view them on the page. One thing I think that's quite cool, click on this button, the show example button, and if there's an example of it, it will show you on the store the bit that you're editing. So if you're not sure what you're editing, then it will let you know. But you can see here there's no buttons on my store anyway with these. So that is the sort of styling. And if we go over to the widgets here, we've got a few other widgets we can add. We've got the support button. Now we're going to have to pay for this. This is going to be one of the pro plans, but we've got our support button here that we can add in. And we also can add stuff like a gift tracking one here. So you can, when customers buy someone a gift, it allows them to share gift tracking info while hiding stuff like the price. This is a pretty cool feature as well that you can add. But again, you're going to have to pay for these. You're going to have to be on their premium plan to add these widgets. You've also got your sections here, so you can build out your sections, you can add blocks, you can add stuff like the delivery date, the route, item, subscription, the reviews, feed. You can basically customize it like you would a Shopify store. I won't go too much into depth on all the different things you can add because you can just go ahead and customize it. But what you can also do, as you can see, you can click into these and you can change how it looks. So you can change the settings of it like this. You can add, remove products. There's just so many different sections here you can go ahead and change, along with all of our styling here as well. But if you scroll down here, you'll see all the different settings you can go ahead and remove. And just like Shopify, you can click on things, you can delete sections, just like that. And this is going to be our shipping page sort of customized. You can even add stuff like your logos here. But yeah, go ahead and customize this as much as you want. And then we have our order lookup page. This is going to be when they're looking up their order, they have to put their order number in and their email, click track, and that's going to send them to the page that we just saw here. So we can go ahead and save this, and this is where we go ahead and actually add this to our store. This part is super simple. We just click on this copy URL section. They do have other options here, but this is the easiest one. So we go over to our online store, we go to our navigation here, and then we want to go onto our menu, add menu item, and we're going to paste the link in here. Click on this, and we're just going to put track your order, and you can also add this to your footer as well, and we'll hit save. Now what we can do from here is we can view our store, and it's going to be up here. Okay, so now we can click on the track your order section and just test that it works, and boom, you can see that it actually works. We'd have to customize all of this, of course, but it's all connected up and it should go ahead and work. They can click track and they can see the progress of their order. So we've gone ahead and connected it up, and it's saved, it's connected up, and we're ready to go. So we can go back now to the app itself, and we can go back to our get started section. So the store is connected up. Now what should happen here is every time we get a new order, it should automatically go ahead and sync it up with here. The way this works is that it should automatically pull the information about the customer's order into this app. So when they search it up, it should automatically pull it in. It will pull in the tracking code. Now the tracking number will be added in by your supplier. So if you're using something like Zendrop, when you fulfill the order, it will get automatically added to the Shopify. And then when it gets pulled from on Aftership, it will get pulled into here, so it will link up and it will nicely integrate with the page you've created, showing you where it is on the process, all of that kind of stuff. Now you can also manually add it in. You can or manually add in by CSV, or you can add it manually like this, and that's going to go ahead and basically make it work if there's any issues with it. If you do find any issues along the way, feel free to let me know down below and I will help you with that. But what we can also do here is we've got our notifications page. So we can create different flows here, and a flow is like an email or an SMS, and we can do this for different parts of the delivery process. So if their order is about to get delivered, we can send them an SMS about it. We can see here we've got all these different flows for different parts. So when the shipment updates, when the shipment goes to transit, when it's out for delivery, all of these different things we can send to the customer, and this is really, really crucial for reducing chargebacks, claims, that kind of thing. So make sure you set all of these up. They're really easy to do. You can click into them. This is the trigger, is when the info gets received, and then this is going to be the email that gets sent. And you can go ahead, customize all of this like you would. Just like if you were using a different builder, you can change all the content in here. You can add logos, and these will basically be sent out to the customer regarding their order. So you should definitely customize all of these as much as you can. It might take a couple hours, maybe a couple days to get it all looking good, but it's really going to be very worth it. Down here we've got things like our analytics, so we can actually see all the things about our shipments, total shipments, the pending rate, the delivery rate, just in case you have any issues here. This is really good. You can actually feed this back to your supplier if you do have any issues. And we also have our protection. So this is some sort of protection they have against lost orders. I wouldn't really mess around with this. It's not that useful to begin with anyway. Now one last thing to look at is the apps section here. So this is going to allow you to connect up with other apps. So obviously we're with Shopify, but if you have other CRMs, or you have Klaviyo, for example, or you have your customer support here, you can connect them all up so they can pull data across between them like that. But if you need me to make any videos about the integrations here, let me know and I'll go ahead and do that. I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, down below I've left a link to the completely free guide / course / case study about my £1.5 million food brand. It really just outlines the raw facts of e-commerce, the truth, even the ugly parts, and it just shows you exactly what you need to do if you want to go ahead and create an e-commerce brand. But go ahead, click the link and you can join for free.